Welcome to NBNR, the authority on unfiltered opinions and authentic player insight for Nebraska athletics. Connect with us on Twitter, Instagram, and at nbnrpodcast.com.
We have the saying, no block, no rock.
You know, we just really love Utter. He's a junkyard dog.
Kenny Bell ran up to me. He's like, you know what you just did?
You get mad when you go get in the portal and go to another podcast?
You know, usually dumbbells are in pairs. They had 5 dumbbells.
Dang on it, Muhammad!
GBR. Kyle!
God, dude.
You try. You try every week.
Am I ever, just one time, you got to give me one time.
You try.
There's not one time I listen to that intro and I hear Johnny Rogers say, "We're gonna do get in the portal and go to another podcast." And I'm like, that is the best quote of all time for a podcast intro.
I would say the only thing is like, we just have to take that little snippet and just like, I don't know. I'm not saying it's like muffled too much, but we just got to like make it a little more clear.
Well, we can't because it was on freaking Zoom.
It was
a Zoom interview with the freaking legend Johnny the Jet. So that was freaking sweet.
Yeah. During the whole COVID thing.
Thing, yeah. That's when we started this podcast, guys. So if you're just picking up now, you know.
She's already taking video.
Look at that.
I'm taking video.
Making content.
She's just always on it. Okay.
You guys don't understand. This is my life.
Good.
What I live for. Go Big Red indeed. No block, no rock. Season 3, episode 49. Chris Webber episode.
Hey, we had Chris Webber on.
Tip the cap.
That's right.
Hey, we need to get him back on.
Yeah, we do.
The audio is so bad on that episode. I feel so
and
bad.
we don't have a Zoom excuse for that.
No, he was in person. First guest to ever come in my basement podcast studio.
Yeah.
And we done fucked it up bad. I'm just saying, it was bad.
It was bad.
It was when it was a real basement podcast.
It really was a basement podcast.
Like when people like say that, no.
Like you don't understand.
It's dank. It's dark. Can't see a thing.
Mike is shirtless, sweating.
Click on another D. Dank, dark, dumb.
Dumb. Honestly. Delaware residents.
We have 52 days till kickoff. And
Whose number was that, by the way?
well, Josh Banderas for one.
Josh Banderas. We were just, Connor and I stopped by the Team Jack Foundation golfing event today. Got to golf with Josh. We've had him on the podcast before. So yeah, it was a really good time. And there was a great turnout too.
Yeah, and he was super fun.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, he was a good time.
Yeah. Hell of a shot too. He hit, what was his, he drove like 265? Was that his number?
Yeah, like 270s, I think.
270?
Yeah, in the long drive.
See, guys, for me, for golf, like, I don't have the chance to embarrass the NBNR name because I just don't show up to these events. Did you guys, how'd you guys do? How'd you guys rep the NBNR name?
I mean,
how'd you do?
It was hot.
Where did you finish?
And we were drinking.
Oh, God, he's already come up with excuses.
It was hot.
Good start.
Where did you finish?
Dead last, Mike.
Okay, hold on.
Right on. Let's go.
Hold on. We played some stiff competition.
Yep.
Stiff.
Fairly convinced there might have been some cheating going on. Not from
Brandon
us.
Riley looking at you.
Brandon, dude, and he only ended up winning 2 pin prizes, but I swear to God, as we went around the course, every single prize. Brandon Riley. Turns out he's very good at golf.
Well, he is a 1 handicap.
Yeah.
So
I have 1 handicap too.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well, not in golf, just my colorblindness.
Oh.
Well, KB, here's how I look at it, KB. If you're gonna suck at golf, you might as well be the last.
Right.
Come in last.
Yeah.
Right.
That means you had the most fun drinking.
Yep, exactly.
Exactly.
Well, that and like you get our name out there. Like that guy from No Block No Rock sucks at golf.
Yeah. Hey,
wait,
listen,
where's he from?
I shot a 91. Connor shot a 92. We're not
Son of
going
a
to.
bitch. I knew you were gonna fucking say. He beat me by one
See that
stroke.
bus? You see that bus over there?
He beat me by 1 stroke, and it was only because I choked on the last green.
Oh, God. See, the thing is about this, I have no idea what they're saying because I don't know golf.
Hey, that's how I
They're
am with
like,
hockey.
it's
So.
speaking Spanish right now.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
what is going on?
Going into the back 9, the last 9 holes.
Okay, yeah.
I was the Falcons. He was the Patriots. I had a 28-3 lead.
Oh.
And he pulled it off.
Okay, there it is.
There it
Yep.
Got it.
I get it now.
Dots connected.
Yeah, blew the lead.
Yeah, let's get off.
We'll go
golf.
with that.
Let's
Please,
Get off golf.
Get off the golf.
It's Team
We're
Jack.
going to have we have something tomorrow, I think.
The media day tournament for the Pinnacle Bank Championship.
Yes.
Yes, Connor will be playing in that.
Really?
Yes. So you
Okay,
will
so I
see-
will see if you do choke on the back 9 once again.
Yeah.
He'll
once
choke on
again.
It'd be
something.
awesome. If you're choking on something. I don't know if it's the back 9.
Reggie Miller style.
It's great to see you guys.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right, guys, let's just cut to the chase, even though we haven't cut to the chase at all. Let's introduce our special guest. We have with us Marissa Voss, Hurrdat Sports. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Wow.
you.
I liked that.
Yeah.
He's always with it. Social media strategist.
Yes.
Is that what we're going with?
That's a thing. That's what we're doing. I don't know.
That's your title.
That is my title.
Yeah.
Proud of it.
Yeah.
No, I am the social media strategist.
It's so funny because like with Hurrdat, obviously like you can do so many different things with your brand. Like Anna obviously, is like the courtside reporter for Creighton and all these different things. So when people ask me what I do, I'm like, oh, social media strategist. But like also I create my own content. Like I'm a podcast host. I do like reporting things. So like in social media, it's like I do everything.
Yeah,
and I do it better than you.
It's selling it short.
It
you just say,
is.
yeah.
But that is my official position. That's my official title for Hurrdat Sports, social media strategist. So like just creating kind of
media boss ass bitch.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally it.
Yes, there we go.
Ooh, that should be my. I'm gonna put that on Twitter.
Social media boss ass bitch.
LinkedIn.
Ooh, that's gonna be right in LinkedIn.
If there's any advice you probably shouldn't take from us is like
Anything.
You're gonna leave here with something. Take nothing.
Nothing.
That's the one piece of advice you should take.
yes, because look, Hurrdat Sports is probably just knowing kind of the kind of talent that they have there right now.
It's crazy.
I'm not sure if Hurrdat Sports is going to be their last stop, so to speak, and I don't mean that in a disparaging way to them, but got some talented people under that umbrella.
The thing about it is how they explain it to me right there. We're gonna have two people, blah blah blah. We're gonna want you to do like social media stuff, but also like reporting and all these other things. I didn't know when I took the job. This was like less than a year in. I thought this was like a long thing because I did some research and I was like, oh my God, this has like been around for a while. And I was like, whoa, you have Avery, you have Anna, you have me, Sasha, Chris, Mike, Damon, Andrew, like the list goes on and on for how like awesome these people are and how great their job, like literally. And Black No Rock,
Of course.
sorry,
I just had to.
Sorry. They are also the best.
Yeah. There you go.
Here we go.
People say that.
I've said that before.
Mostly my mom.
Your mom's a very sweet and smart lady.
Yeah, my mom loves the show.
Shout out Kim.
Hi, Mom.
Ooh, shout out Kim. Love Kim.
She's awesome. Okay, we are, and I know I should have done this earlier, but we are in the Nebraska Brewing Company tap room, 108th in Harrison and La Vista, Nebraska, 68128. I am drinking, and we can go around. Taco Vesa.
Ooh,
That was nice.
changed it up.
That was
There you
good.
go.
See?
That was better than Kyle's.
Does that have?
He's rusty.
I don't know.
He was rusty. He hasn't done it in so
Let's see
long.
it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Does that?
Taco Vesa?
Oh,
That's so good.
But you're not drinking the Taco Vesa.
No, I've got the squeeze the day because, like we've said so many times, it's probably one of the best like thirst quenchers here at the brewery. One of the best. We were out of the golf course all day. We're dying of heat.
Parched.
And yeah, we're parched.
Sobriety.
This is refreshing. Yeah. Mike, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the Florida Man. It is like key lime pie in a glass.
Ooh.
Except for the foot that resembles my foot. So other than that, great beer.
Beautiful.
Yeah, the particles. Yeah.
Jesus.
Great beer.
That's such an inside joke. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I'm sitting over here like,
so I broke my ankle in
so
January,
funny.
and I had like bone fragments. Like that was like a whole thing.
Oh my God.
But I called it particles because I was a couple beers in on the pod. So they're just particles. Particles.
Right on. Right on. I
Just
do
floating
appreciate
around.
that.
Just floating
Around. They're floating.
Marissa, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking Squeeze the Day because it's the most like the summer shandy. And you'd think I'd have enough after going to Cowboy Jack's on Saturday and the Twins game, but no, can never get enough summer shandy like beer. But I'm telling you, moving to Nebraska, trying Nebraska Brewing Company beer, this stuff is amazing. Like legitimately so good.
Yep.
That's not sponsored. That's just my opinion, and I'm a beer connoisseur. So
We saw the countless TikToks and reels of Marissa Voss with Hurrdat Sports. We're at Nebraska Brewing Company tailgate drinking Nebraska Brewing Company beer. This is the Cardinal Pale Ale. This is we know it.
Literally
Passionate.
loved it so much.
The Chef Boyardee video, incredible.
Was that not amazing?
I loved it, and I showed it to so many people here, and a lot of people I work with. There are a couple that are my age, but there are a lot of people that are a lot older than me. And I showed it to them, and the first person I showed it to was like, "The fuck is that?" I forget. I was like 9 when this commercial came out,
This
and
was like
you were
peak.
at work.
Yeah.
I was sitting at home during the summer. I explained it, and then they're like, "Oh." I was like, "Fuck you, that's funny."
Like it was
was
more.
funny as shit.
It was more like towards obviously like Gen Z and everything because that's
Yeah.
like our childhood or like the younger people. But I was sitting there for some reason. I saw the can, and I think it was either my idea or my coworker Colin, Andrew, or Cassidy, and we were like, we should do this. Like put this on the list. And we did it, and it was awesome.
It was,
and of course, it was me
hilarious.
because my coworker Cassie's like, I'm not drinking, and I was like, I will.
Yeah. I'm in.
I'll do it.
You're just waiting for them
I'm
to say
waiting
that.
for it. I'm like sitting around. I'm like, so who's gonna drink the Nebraska Brewing Company beer today?
Yeah.
Me.
Is it free?
Yeah,
Always in.
Always is.
Cadillac, what you got, man?
You
Man.
No, it is the Pilsner. I can't get it in cans anymore, so I got to drink it while it's on draft.
Sure.
Pilsner is my favorite
Pilsner.
beer. Yeah.
It's the best beer.
every single day.
It's legitimately the best beer.
Not every single day.
He had a half a beer at 6:40 this morning when I picked him up to go golfing.
Okay. To be fair.
Half a Pilsner?
You gotta
Yeah, it was.
pregame though, the golf. You
Yeah.
gotta.
Okay.
have to.
To be fair.
Uh-oh.
I was pretty positive that when I showed up at 6:40, I was like, oh, it'll be like 10 minutes late. Like, that's no big deal. We had plenty of time. We showed up 40 minutes early as it was.
Yeah, not Kyle Byers. I'm here on time.
Oh, he was. I
Kyle's
literally,
never late.
I walked in the door, looked around the building. It's like, hey, he's not here yet. Poured the beer, walked around the corner of the bar, and there's Kyle. It's like,
he is.
God damn it.
Come on, man.
Just
So
waiting for you.
punctual. It's annoying.
Like, right. He's on time and it's really annoying.
I can never relate to that. I showed up on time, I think, today, and I was like, well, it's only because it was 5 minutes away from my house. So literally the only reason.
We saw you whip into the parking lot. I was like, yeah, she's here.
Yeah, that's her.
Ripping the e-brake into the parking lot.
Okay, so Marissa, you had, mentioned that, you're talking about the College World Series,
Yep.
which is obviously in Nebraska, but you are not from here.
No, I am not.
So the next logical question is, and I'm sure you know already,
I would hope.
what are you doing here? Of all places you could
Literally, though, everybody like who is back home in Minnesota, when I told them I'm moving to Omaha, Nebraska, was like, cool. Why?
Why?
Like, why? And
They
I
have a
was
nice
like, I
zoo.
really don't know. I don't know if I've ever been to Omaha, Nebraska. But I was scrolling through. I left one job, another job, it didn't work out with. They didn't want to renew a contract. And I was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my life kind of thing? Like, just try to get into sports. It was a couple months of like hard. What am I going to do? Got to move back with my parents. And then all of a sudden I'm on TikTok and I see Hurrdat Sports. This is after like, I had an interview with the Iowa Wild and it didn't work out. I had an interview with another sports like company and it didn't work out. They're good names, they're big names, but it just didn't work. And then all of a sudden they're like, hey, do you want to be and work with us? Like make a video. And I thought, I'm gonna make the best damn video and I'm gonna get this job because that's what I do. I'm not gonna.
It was awesome.
Literally, I'm not gonna sit there because a lot of people I think did it and were like, oh, this is what I've done. I'm like, no, I'm gonna make like an actual TikTok, like an actual content creator, just a little hype video. And I did it, and I never sent in a resume, and I got the job. I did one interview,
Awesome.
one interview. They're like, "Hey, we want to do this. We want to set this up." And I was like, "Sick, all right." One interview. Mike, I think it was Mike, or maybe Bill was like, "Did you do a get ready with me before this?" And I was like, "Yes." Totally. And then yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you don't talk into you're making it on your phone. You're not looking. You're looking at your bullet points. I went to the University of Minnesota, Mankato. That is where you went, Mankato.
Yes, Mankato.
And so, like, what was your major there exactly, or did it line up?
So I went with MSU for 1 year, and then I transferred to a small D3 Division 3 Bethany Lutheran College. That's also in Mankato. I actually ran track there too for 3 years, so that was sick.
Oh, here we go.
I have a quick question for you.
Wait, what?
You ran track.
I did.
Do you think you could beat me in a race?
Yes.
Fuck. It's always so fast.
It is so quick
Are we
every time.
intentionally getting track stars?
So now
I
we
can
got
embarrass myself.
we've got Avery, Anna. Andrew's just gonna be there
Yeah.
because they all think they're gonna kill Andrew, and we got Marissa.
Yep.
People are sleeping.
We're
on
setting
Andrew.
up a real NBNR
Can
track
we
meet.
please do this?
I want to.
Yeah.
We're
I
gonna go,
would love that.
and the best place to do it would be Miller South
Miller
Track.
South.
Miller
I'm just
South.
saying, Miller South Track.
Oh my gosh. I still have my high jump spikes. I still have my jumping spikes because I did everything. Like I did it from high school until in college, 3 years in college. So high jump was my best event. And yes, I am 5'1", and yes, I know that's weird, but I literally can jump my height. It's crazy.
Wow.
That's
My
impressive.
PR is 5 foot. It's my dad did it in high school and college. So I got
So
his
you can
jumping
dunk
jeans.
then, right?
No.
Oh.
I don't
think
I'm
that's
still
what that
5'1". I'm still 5'1".
I was just checking.
But I do, my vertical is pretty good. I mean,
that's what
obviously it
sounds
has to
like.
be, but for the dunking part, I have small hands.
Oh yeah.
So-
That's one of the important things that people overlook about dunking. It's not always the jumping ability.
It's the hands.
the hands.
Yeah.
That's going to be a clip right here.
Jumping ability. Hands are fine. Jumping ability.
Kyle and I talked about this a lot today. There's one thing that holds me back from dunking.
Everything.
Lack of talent.
Right on. Right on.
Lack of talent.
Hands jumping. Like what else? I don't even know.
Colorblind.
Yeah.
Damn.
My therapist is going to make so much money this week.
God mixing your bowl was like colorblind, bam. Lack of talent, bam.
Stupid. Bam.
Bam.
Hit him again. Bam.
Bam. Just
Yeah.
Insult.
Yeah.
and then like
Oh,
a
trust me, I'm
sprinkle.
salty right now.
God was just like, I'm a F
I'm
this
gonna
dude
mess
up.
this boy up. Listen.
I'm bored right now, and I don't care anymore. I'm giving Connor all the toughest battles.
You know what though? God gave you one thing.
Beer.
Exactly.
Yep.
Right on. There it is. He knew. He knew where I was
And a
going.
mustache.
I thought you was
And
going to
a
go
sick
with the
mustache.
most punchable face.
No.
I was like, we're going to double up on that one.
Well, I guess if you
No,
want
come
to,
on.
who has the most punchable face here at the table?
None of you.
Oh, come on. No,
Soft.
come on. We're not letting you off that easy.
I don't know.
Who would you punch right now?
You.
Bam.
Yes.
Finally a win
Why
for Connor.
punch a ginger?
That's why I yell.
Yeah, that
It-
might
it
be
is the ginger
That
thing,
might
yeah.
be a hate crime.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't report you. I don't care.
Somebody don't post that clip. Please don't post that clip.
We'll cut that.
I love all gingers, okay? My two best friends are gingers. Listen, that's gotta,
Whoa.
hey.
That's gotta
It goes
count.
immediately to I have
Listen,
a ginger friend.
Listen, we gingers don't need your pity friendship. Yeah. Okay. Like these guys, I'm not friends with any of these guys.
No.
Yeah, because it sounds like you hate each other immensely. Absolutely.
Well, no, you guys can do your track events.
Right on.
That'll be one thing, and I'll be off to the side.
Is it because
getting
you're like a
punched.
NAF or what? Is that why you not want to do the track?
He's gonna take. No, he's gonna do content. He's gonna,
Oh, right,
He's gonna
right,
take
Yeah,
right, right.
that's it.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm totally past my prime. Yeah. And I'm not 32.
Oh my gosh. It was so funny you bring up age. I was just at a brunch and I'm not much older than I'm 26, right? And I'm still young. Okay. Still
You
hip.
are.
Thank
You're
the
you.
youngest person
Thank
at
you.
this table.
Exactly.
Yes,
That's what
you
I'm
are.
saying. So this group was like, they just turned 25. One of the girls just turned 25. She's like, oh my God, I'm 25. And I'm 27 in February. And I look at her and I'm like, I'm 26. And they all got, but you look so good for 26.
That's one more year. That's 1 year apart.
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh, it was like, and that's why I was like, can I get another espresso martini, please? Because
I gotta drink. I gotta drink the pain away.
yeah, and
Well, wait
then
till you
it
hit
just-
29.
Anytime you see this glass,
We
empty,
almost
bring
have
back another
3
espresso
in front of our
Seriously.
numbers.
Well, I mean,
Kyle, you turned 30 for me though, don't you?
I turned 29 this August.
You're not even 29 yet.
No.
Oh fuck.
yeah. See,
a king.
God damn it.
we're young. How does it feel to be old,
I'm the
guys? Listen.
second oldest.
Wait.
at the
Oh,
table.
age-wise, go.
Well, duh.
You already know
32.
mine. I'm not saying it again.
32.
29, 28, 28.
Yeah. I'm the youngest of us four.
Yeah.
You guys look good.
Not that anyone's
Oh,
counting.
thank you. Thank you.
Good.
You look so
Another
good
espresso
for it.
martini, please.
Connor, I need another beer.
We got 10.
Oh gosh.
So, Marissa, being the social media boss-ass bitch that you are,
Yes, correct.
run with us, if you would, like a typical day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, do you have someone kind of hovering over you, making sure that you must make 3 videos this week or something like that? What's your day like?
No, but sometimes I wish like I would, and not even for Hurrdat, but just my own content, because sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough and I'm like, okay. But if let's say I'm like a typical day in Hurrdat, like I get up, I roll into the office, and then I'm like, what do I do today? And I really don't have any plan. I'm like, you know, because David and Avery do a lot of the clipping, and Anna's making her content. So I'm like trying to think of stuff with a Nebraska tie. I don't know Nebraska that well, so I'm trying to figure it out.
Right.
But and then it's just making, you know, some videos. I've done it like a little bit more of a different way for it. If you look at Anna's, which again, she does a fantastic job. She does more green screen videos where I'm like actually taking a picture and like video and like creating like kind of like content type with it, like a newscast almost in a sense. I don't know if you guys saw those kinds. Yeah. Well, and it's kind of modeled after one of my buddies who blew up on TikTok. He's got like 150,000 followers. Jeez. He created that, I'm not even kidding you, in like, I think like 7 months.
Wow.
He's got that knack for it. He runs a thing called the Beauty League up in Minnesota. Also, if you ever want to go do something in the summertime, go to the Beauty League. It is where a lot of NHLers will come and practice and be in a charity 4-on-4 hockey league. It's sick. I used to do that before I got this job. So super sick. Have to plug the Beauty League.
Like DBL, WD League.
DABL is how they usually go by, or DBL.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's just one word, W, because in hockey, everybody says beauty.
Beauty.
What a freaking beauty.
What a freaking beauty.
But they don't say freaking.
Like,
yeah.
You usually say fucking. Like,
what a fucking,
what a fucking beauty. But
what a fucking beauty.
What a fucking beauty.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I do. And then obviously those take forever. So I did one, we're talking about the history of the blat, right? We took some video, did the blat kind of thing. And that literally took, I think, like 3 hours to make on my phone on CapCut. And you do that, you send it in the group chat, get it, okay, can I post this? And then you post it. And that's pretty much my day, is just trying to figure out what I can make, what I can post, how I can contribute. Because everybody's got everything, and social media is really hard because you don't want to post 4 videos in the span of an hour, because especially on TikTok, like that's going to bump your views. So it's actually very strategic. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. With the SEOs and all of this other stuff, like it hurts my brain because it's so like strategic. Whereas on my personal account, I just post whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't care about that. But
well, when we had Anna here, I'm a wedding videographer, and sometimes like I do like the fun videos and stuff. It's not like elevator music, boring stuff, right? So I'll sometimes like interview people at the wedding, and I got like a Anna Bellinghausen like masterclass in asking questions.
Yes.
And so now Jared's getting a masterclass in TikTok and SEO, and not that I need it.
He's deleting videos right now.
I
didn't do that.
I don't know what you're saying. That's one thing that I loved. Okay, I'm not like trying to like, I love my coworkers, but like I really do. I think they're awesome, because one thing that impressed me about Anna Bellinghausen is she gets so many questions in like a span of a minute. How does she do that? She's like bam, 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 bam. And as somebody who's been in the business and does that, it's very impressive to see like cool people doing cool stuff like you guys, and being a party here and having all these podcasts. Like it's just cool to be in Nebraska.
Yeah.
But that's like kind of my day to day, is literally just making content every single day, and I get paid for it. It's awesome.
That's a kick-ass job.
It is.
You touched on it a little bit. You talked about history of the blat and everything. We met at the College World Series for the first time.
Yes.
And you told me it was your first College World Series. How was it covering the College World Series? What was that like as like, your first CWS and being able to be that big of a part of it?
Overwhelming, but awesome. But like I didn't know what to expect, right? I was like, okay, coming in, no idea. I know of it kind of, but I don't really follow college baseball. And it was so sick.
Is it because the Gophers suck at baseball, or?
Probably, yeah.
I was just checking. I don't know.
It's probably, yeah.
Hey,
listen,
it's not their will.
Keep the shots
Wait a
low,
minute.
because we're going to talk football at some point.
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk football at some point. And also, I mean, we've won
a lot
national championships in baseball. Have you guys done that ever?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why are you saying
3.
this?
We've won 3, I think, at least.
Well,
but
look,
what have you guys done?
If there's anything about Golden Gopher sports,
it's in the 20s. Everything's in the fucking 20s.
Really good.
Yeah.
Like even before Nebraska was good.
Mm-hmm.
And Nebraska was good a long time ago.
And then, of course, like any Minnesota sports, they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. Can't even get past the first round or win the playoff, get a win.
And I know hockey is your wheelhouse. I know. I think we'll get into that a little bit.
Vikings football is your wheelhouse.
I was going to say.
Is Kirk Cousins a franchise quarterback?
Yes.
Sorry, Jared. I wanted to throw a dart.
If you're going to look at me and you're going to say, who do you want to choose, Dak Prescott or Kirk Cousins, and you choose Dak, why would you do that?
I agree.
If you look at Kirk Cousins' stats, and what he's doing with a piss-ass defense. Our defense is the worst. Our secondary hasn't been good in years.
Oh, what defense? What?
Yeah.
Piss ass.
I don't think I've ever heard that
Piss-ass.
before. A piss.
You've never heard
Piss-ass
piss
defense.
ass?
I gotta put that in my vocab.
Okay, right. Get it out.
Okay.
I can tell you some weird stuff, but yeah.
I want to see how big of a Vikings homer you are.
Okay.
Oh.
In your opinion,
hmm
is Kirk Cousins a Hall of Famer?
Hall of Famer, no.
Thank you.
Well, who would think that?
Okay, if you
I
look at his
mean-
career stats, they
Okay,
do
but
match up.
You can't compare. It's era based. Like this is an air raid type
Okay.
era of NFL football.
My
if you
thing
go
is-
compare it to Joe Montana, sure.
My thing is,
Johnny Unitas, sure.
if you look at his stats, the discussion can be had.
Yes.
The answer is still no, but the discussion can be had.
That's the thing about it is a lot of people don't look actually how deep his stats are and how
He's good.
how well he's doing with
Consistent,
exactly
30 plus
what he's
touchdowns.
having. I get the whole Monday, Sunday night, whatever this. Like I get that.
He
like,
just can't perform on Mondays, Sundays, or Thursdays.
it's like a night thing. I remember when I think last year he did that and he actually had a good game on I think it was like a Thursday night game or something, and everybody's like, huh, suck it.
Yeah.
Whoa,
We got one, baby.
You like that?
Give him
you
his
like
chain.
that?
Okay.
Someone get Curtis chain.
The you like it
God.
video, I swear to God,
That's
got
a-
me so unbelievable. I'm a Colts fan, and I was running around quoting that shit.
You like that?
You like that?
You like that? It was like
What?
for a layup in intramural basketball. I'm turning around flexing. Everyone's already
like
down
that?
the court. No one even looking at me.
Yeah.
Said it all nerdy too.
My favorite thing is just like the Kirko chains. Like when that happened, I was like, and then have you seen Lil Kirk, right? You seen Lil Kirk, right? You guys know what I'm talking about? Whoa,
Is that like
no
Baby Gronk?
way. No, better than Baby Gronk. So
Well,
this
I
kid,
hope.
his name is Landon, right? His cousin, for some reason, was in on my TikTok comment section because I was talking about something and like Lil Kirko. So he goes to a game after the video goes viral of Kirk going like this and, no chains and, chains and no shirt, sunglasses. So this little kid, Landon, goes to the game with no shirt,
I've seen that.
sunglasses,
Okay, I have.
chains, then gets a Zoom interview, then gets invited on the field. And I was at one of the games he was at. And it was freaking sick. I saw him because we went to a lot of games and he was just in the stands going like this.
The whole game.
Kids having
Literally.
the time of his
And
life.
they're like zooming in. They got a little graphic too popped up says Lil Kirko. Like it was,
Wow.
I'm telling you, it was super sick. And I was talking about it. Yeah. And then it's like, yeah, that's my cousin. I was like, whoa, royalty in my comment section, dude. It's crazy. But I don't know. I'm a very big Minnesota Vikings fan, one of the biggest. But I will say I'm very realistic because that's how my dad is. And that's I'm not going to be like every single year we're winning the Super Bowl. Like I will make Vikings content and I will have people in my comment section go, we're winning the Super Bowl this year. No.
We're in the same world.
It's like, I just feel like, and that's one thing why I also like Nebraska is Minnesota and Nebraska hopes up way too high and gets crashed down every single year. Sorry.
Yep.
It's kind of true though.
You're on the right podcast because that's what we do. We help people limit their expectations.
What is? I think it's in our bio, right?
Yes.
Drink that Kool-Aid. We'll be your chaser.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is
that's
literally
literally
kind of our
that's-
job.
Yeah.
Wow.
you
That's
get it.
amazing.
Yes.
Because that's all I've heard as a Minnesotan. Drink the Kool-Aid. What the fuck does that mean?
No, you know what, people? You can drink it all you want. I'm not going to tell you how to fan,
Yeah.
but we'll be here for you.
We'll be here for you.
When you're
We'll
when
bring
you're,
it back to earth.
when you're sitting in bed all dizzy and not feeling very well,
We'll
and
be
you
right
want to
here.
throw up,
We'll be right here.
we got you.
Yeah.
To pick you up.
We'll be here with just a little. Told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll rub it in a little bit.
Yes, we've had a lot of
Interesting.
time to do that in the last 12 months, I will say. So we don't need to do that right now. It's a new era,
It is.
and we are coming up on break. So let's take a break, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the new Nebraska football era and the opener against the Minnesota Gophers. Yes. Because they have the most annoying chant in
thought you were
all
gonna
of
say
college
fan
football.
I'm sorry. M-I-N-N-E-S-O-T-A, Minnesota. Gophers.
Are you going to mute her?
Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
We have the saying, no block, no rock.
Thanks, Troy. While we were on break. And look, this is going to derail the... Marissa, we love that you're on. And
Oh,
you
derail
can
it.
you can join in on this, give your 2 cents, but Pat Fitzgerald, of all people, holy moly, has just been fired from Northwestern amid these allegations, and seem to be more than allegations, about hazing, about alleged racism in the program.
Sexual misconduct.
I kind of made a little joke, called him Pat Purple Haze Fitzgerald. Yeah. And that's funny.
Real big Jimi Hendrix fan.
Yeah. Wow. How do you go from probably the coach in the Big Ten, right? That is so synonymous. He is Northwestern.
Well, he played there.
Yeah.
Led them to a Rose Bowl.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I'm not saying I'm shocked, because ever since allegations came out, it's like, how do you keep him?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't. Absolutely not.
You have Big Ten media days later this month.
Right.
Imagine.
Oh, the questions
He's
would
still
be.
there.
It would be a slaughter.
Yes.
It would. It'd be everybody going like, how can you do this? Like, what kind of program are you? What kind of school are you? Like, it's almost, especially in this day and age, when these things happen and you can't. It's almost like if the allegations come out, if everything comes out, you got to get them out, because almost like, cancel culture in a sense.
Yeah.
But God, you can't. No way.
There's so much evidence to suggest that these allegations are true. But 2 parts to this. One, if there was, you put 10 programs in front of me and you said, which program do you think is doing stuff like this? Northwestern would not.
Bottom of the list.
Bottom of the list.
Academic school.
Exactly.
Bad at football.
How fucking conceited for them to haze like this when they're so bad. I get to say that, and I'm a Husker fan. You won 1 game last year.
Against us.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Wrong. You did.
You won 1 game and you're hazing your players.
No.
He did not haze his players. His players hazed other players. And to this point, at this moment, the NCAA did their investigation and they concluded that Pat Fitzgerald did not have knowledge of this. However, they did say that there were numerous incidents where the coaching staff probably could have found out and reported it, but did not.
Well,
so the blame ultimately does fall on Pat Fitzgerald. But again, for the team, for a 1-11 team last year, I just don't understand that kind of behavior.
This hazing has been happening for a long time.
Years, yeah.
Even Pat Fitzgerald on that video that I posted, he was talking about hazing and how his team rises above that and doesn't do that.
Yeah, because
he said
irony.
But he said back when he was playing in the mid-90s, he said when he was playing, this stuff was going on at Northwestern. So this isn't just all new stuff. And those guys that came out about the racial allegations, the racism and all that, that was back in 2006, 7, 8, 9. This is not
it's not
very
new.
recent thing. And this whole investigation, guys, I didn't even know there was one going on.
Right.
Oh, I
Because
didn't
it's
know until
Northwestern.
That's the thing. All of a sudden, that's why Connor was like, "Oh, this is happening." I was like, I saw a tweet when I was driving from Minnesota, and I was like, I stopped and I didn't really look at it. And I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'll have to do more investigating. And you guys filled me in, and I was like, at Northwestern, there's just no way that this is happening. But that's the thing is I feel like it's boom, boom, boom. It's happening so fast. I don't know. It's crazy.
There had to have been some pretty solid evidence
Yes.
Exactly.
for this to happen that quick.
That's what I'm saying.
The investigation has been going on for months.
Yes.
Really?
It started last year.
Wow.
And the first that we ever heard about it publicly was when, we're suspending him for 2 weeks in the summer. Apparently they've been doing an investigation on stuff we didn't know.
Right.
Nobody
And
knew.
if this was Nebraska, we heard about the analyst thing in real time
With a press conference?
before they even did the investigation.
You could argue that they even expedited the Nebraska investigation just because we are Nebraska. Just think about it. Think how long these investigations take, right? We're just hearing about this now. That analyst thing, former head coach Scott
There it is.
got his punishment before the investigation was even done. You know what I'm saying?
So one thing I will say about this, actually, this is a 2-parter. One, I feel like Nebraska fans do have this kind of persecution bias where we do feel like the Big Ten, the NCAA is out to get us. That's not necessarily true. The analyst thing went a little bit faster because it was a minor infraction. It was pretty easy to tell that we had an infraction. this was something that you can't rush to the press with because it's something that Northwestern and that the administration will work to hide.
But the Michigan State, the Penn State, all those things were so public, so quick.
But they weren't.
I don't know.
But they weren't. Because again, those investigations went on for a very long time before those things became public. And that's why I was not going to name those programs because the details of those things were horrible.
They are terrible.
Yeah, horrible. That's why you saw quick action in those cases, is because when they had the evidence, it's time to clear house. And that's what it seems like we're seeing at Northwestern right now.
Well, they weren't even going to clear house.
They weren't going to.
They were going to suspend him during the summer when nothing was going on. And then they realized, oh, people are kind of pissed and like, oh, this is not a good thing.
This is not a good.
Did you read the article? Northwestern said that they were going to conduct their own investigation. After the NCAA handed down the 2-week suspension,
No way.
Northwestern was going to do the due diligence of doing their own investigation and interviewing the people that were impacted. So obviously,
is this the result of their
this is the result of their own internal investigation and actually interviewing the families and the players that were impacted.
So it makes you wonder too. What did NCAA do? Do they say this stuff? Did they actually go in? Is this what did? That makes me wonder because I feel like in this day and age and so much, we're hearing all these allegations about bad things happening within the college sports world. I, as somebody who has worked within the college sports world, it's been there in MSU. I get it, but like, man, I couldn't imagine it. You know what I mean?
Wild.
I couldn't imagine the things that happen.
Yeah.
Like you being like, wait, what? You know?
I want to know. I want to know what's the guidance? You know, the NCAA came out and said, "Oh yeah, we find evidence that this is all happening, so we gave them a 2-week suspension." What stops the NCAA? Is there like a boundary? Is it kind of like federal law and state law where it's like, hey, the NCAA found all this bad stuff, but we can't fire him, so we're going to suspend him for 2 weeks? And then Northwestern was just like, hey, this sounds pretty bad. They found evidence. They looked at it and they're like, yeah, everybody's pretty upset, so we better fire him.
I feel like it takes a lot, though, to fire Pat Fitzgerald. He is Northwestern.
Yeah. My best guess, and this is speculation, is that the NCAA found pretty damning evidence. And they went to Northwestern and said, look, here's going to be your sanctions. Like, here's your punishment. And Northwestern said, whoa, hold on. Give us a couple weeks, suspend him, take him away from the program. We'll look at things internally and give us a chance to deal with it before we go that route.
Exactly.
That would be my guess as to how that was handled.
That could be, yeah.
It makes a lot of sense though that way because how their foundation is, right? The rules they have, the way that coming from somebody who went to a religious school, a Lutheran school, they hold themselves on a higher standard than everybody else. And not saying it's a bad thing, that's just how it was. It was very strict. So absolutely. I think they were just like, we need to do this because of our image, because what we do, like that makes the most sense in my eyes.
Yeah. And again, that's speculation, but optics, especially in the modern world, are everything. Like everything.
Northwestern, they're the Harvard of the Big Ten. They're the Ivy League, right?
Yes.
And so I think with the whole image thing, you know, especially with the backlash that Nebraska got, it's like, we're not all about football here at Northwestern, okay? Like we care about our academics, unlike Ohio State and Nebraska, right? We're above these guys because it's not just football around here, okay? It's academics. We're classy. And so if you keep Pat Fitzgerald around, despite these allegations about sexual assault, racism, apparently, wow, apparently you guys really do care about football all of a sudden if you're keeping this guy around. And
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, look, we're not Iowa.
Yeah.
You remember when they did that?
God, I
So
hate
do you remember
Iowa.
that time that we beat Iowa?
Yes. What is it?
I love that.
This conference, guys.
Oh, I just hate Iowa in general. Yeah, like who hates Iowa? We hate Iowa.
Everybody
hate
hates Iowa.
You're from Minnesota, but you probably have even more reason because you've been around the Big
Those
Ten and all.
idiots out walking around or wandering around.
or in Omaha without asking.
I was
There you
driving.
go.
Listen, I was out driving today through Iowa. I spent the majority of it just looking at random crap, right?
Yeah.
And guess what I see in Iowa on the side of the road?
What?
It's 2:00 in the afternoon. Somebody's
Corn.
doing a field sobriety test.
Oh God.
I'm like, oh God.
You know,
here we go.
Connor-
Iowa.
Connor lives in Iowa now.
Iowa.
He's a Kentuckian.
Hey, guys.
Council Kentuckian.
You're telling me you live in a state that has a guy that did on Monday at 2 p.m. Feels so bright. He says you live in the same state as that.
We like to party.
Ew. That don't look at me. You
said-
live in Iowa.
we.
Oh my Lanta.
To be fair, I live in Council Bluffs. My exit is literally
That's probably worse.
Exit
That is
0.
worse. That is definitely worse.
I am less than a mile into Iowa. I'm right next to downtown. I don't know why I'm selling you guys. Do you guys want to move
I live
in?
in a lovely 3-bedroom, 2 baths in Iowa. Dude.
Yeah. As soon as you were talking about Iowa, I just looked over like this, and Kyle's just staring at me, laughing.
I just thought when he said that, he was just like this, and I was like, did I say something? We're gonna bleep this out. What's going on? And all of a sudden, just because you live in Iowa.
yeah.
He just recently moved to that place.
Okay. So
That place.
you've got
That place.
you've got a couple of years to realize how bad it is and move out. It's fine. We all do it. It's okay.
I went to
I would
college
never,
there.
but
I'm.
yeah. So
I
you
did.
two are in
Yeah.
this. I'm
No.
high-fiving you, but look at
No, I
Yeah,
went to
you
college
dirty
there. Guess where I ended up?
you. Dirty
I went
son of a
home.
bitch.
You dirty son.
You dirty son of a bitch.
These guys have spent nights in Iowa, like slept there.
Dude, I graduated from an Iowa college.
Oh yeah. no.
That just adds to the fire of how much I hate them.
I want to be clear. I do not spend nights in Iowa. I walk under the bridge and sleep just on the Nebraska
Good
side.
for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Can I say I've never spent a night in Iowa ever?
That's great.
Bravo.
Never.
We have a lovely Wendy's.
There it is. Lovely
A
Wendy's.
lovely Wendy's. So does every town in the history of America.
But not like Council Bluffs.
Council.
Dinner and a show. The meth heads in the parking lot fighting over scraps.
There is
It's
more.
true.
There is more teeth at this table
Oh,
than
boy.
there is in the entire city
I-
of Council Bluffs.
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
not gonna fight you over that.
I drove through Council Bluffs like twice for when I've been here, drop something off or do something in Council Bluffs, and I was like looking around. I'm like, is this the capital of Iowa? I was like, wait, what? And it's not. Obviously, I'm not stupid. I'm just saying. It was nuts because
was
there was.
Iowa.
I think I saw somebody walking around without a shirt on, like
That was me.
4 or 5 times. You need to listen. Put a
listen.
dang shirt on. Put a wife beater on. I don't care.
You're only adapting to your environment.
Exactly.
It's evolution, bruh.
They immediately take your toothbrush. Like,
Hey,
He drives.
they give you your
across
apartment
the
key.
border.
And they take your
He drives across the border. He gets pulled over because he has a toothbrush.
Yeah.
I know I'm putting myself
Sir.
squarely in the crosshairs.
Sir, what is this device? And it's a toothbrush.
It's like TSA.
Is this a taser? Are you trying to tase me right now, boy?
Oh my God.
Off the rails.
Yes. All right.
Well, I mean,
Back to we got through Northwestern. I feel like.
Yes, we did. Let's go to
what's-
Nebraska,
let's get back.
Minnesota.
Yeah. Let's get into the rule area a little bit, and then Nebraska, Minnesota.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
opposite of tasing is this.
well, okay. So you coming from Minnesota, you
Yeah.
move here, right?
Minnesota, the best state in the goddamn nation.
Mute her.
It's fine. It's fine. I don't hate
Shoot
her.
her immediately.
I've heard great things about Minnesota.
Every time I've been to Minnesota, I've had a great time. Would I live there? Probably not.
I actually do really enjoy Minnesota.
Here you go.
I'll say
Here's
No.
a question.
Yeah,
Do you consider Minnesota the Midwest?
absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
It's everybody's like East Canada. It's not
literally
Canada
the
unless
most
you get
north
up
you
to
can get.
Brainerd.
It's so north. You cannot go any more north.
Listen. You have never lived until you spent a summer in Minnesota. I'm not even kidding you. Summers are the best. So where
Tell us.
I'm from in Fairmont, we have 5 lakes in our town. So I was born on the lake. My parents, like I literally just, like they live on the lake. So all we do last night I'm viciously hungover. I drove 2 hours, of course, 2.5 hours. I was like, God, I can't do this anymore. And my brother goes, hey, do you want to go wake surfing? I know you really want to go. I was like, sure. Because I'm a very big wake surfer. I love water sports. Been doing it since I was like 4 or 5. So go out on our boat, Mastercraft. XT21. I love my Mastercrafts.
No free
And-
plugs.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
my parents, I love them.
We'll send them the bill.
Yeah, do it. Come on. Let's go do a no block, no rock on our Mastercraft out in the middle of the water.
There you go.
I'm down for that.
There we go. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, September. Oh no, it's August. August, it'll still be fine.
Let's do a pit stop before you go to the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We'll hang out with your parents.
Whoa.
And now I get to see your dad sliding down that hall.
After a Husker win.
Let's go, baby.
Strip down to your skivvy.
Let's go, baby.
Okay, so you're the Mastercraft.
Yeah.
You talk about summers in Minnesota.
Yep.
Everyone in Minnesota is born in a lake, apparently, whatever.
Yes.
It is. It's true, though.
Yeah.
It's legitimately true because it's just a way of life up there. And again, the summers are so beautiful, like the sunsets and the sunrises. And, again, I walk out and I just look at it even last night when I'm like, okay, I want to die. But then I'm like, oh my God, look at how beautiful Minnesota is. It makes me miss it though. I love down here, but there's something about summertime in Minnesota that I cannot get over.
So let me ask you this question. You know that Wisconsin has more lakes than Minnesota, right?
I do.
Okay.
That's why we spent a week. My parents, awesome. I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh, I'm spoiled rich brat. I'm not. My parents have worked for everything they have, and they work very hard, and they deserve everything that they have.
Hell yeah.
They recently bought a villa up in northern Wisconsin, one of the best lakes ever. So we went and spent a week up there.
Drinking spotted cow and hanging out on the lake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Or something.
That was exactly it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I did have a spotted cow 2 of the days, and also a McGolden. Sorry, love my McGolden.
She's doing a lot of
McGolden.
shout outs.
Yeah.
Mastercraft.
She's going to
How do
slice
you
and
think
dice
I'm
things
gonna get
later.
my sponsorships, dog? How do you think people are gonna look at me and go send me free shit? This is the way.
You can't even
Like
get a
the
McGolden here,
Mandalorian.
can
This
you?
is the
No.
way.
Oh my God.
Can
I
you?
can't even get a McGolden. There's like maybe, I think there's like a wine and like kind of like a wine and spirits.
Toys R
but
Us, yeah.
Yeah, like basically, yeah.
That's what it literally used to be a Toys R Us.
Well, then
It's
she
like a
gets-
beer,
she
wine,
Wait,
and
is
spirits.
that why you're saying that?
Yeah, beer,
would
wine, and
know.
spirits. That one that has like
Yes.
all the booze. And Nebraska Brewing Company beer, of course.
Shout out.
Shout out. Thank you.
They
Hey.
have, that used to be a Toys R Us. And my parents used to take me there and I never got anything.
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of beer there.
Now you
I
can buy
get
Nebraska
things
Brewing
all the
Company
time.
beer.
No, I come here and drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight
Is
from
it
the
better
tap.
to drink it here, straight from the tap?
Oh, yeah.
At La
Yes.
Vista.
108th and Harrison,
Yeah.
La Vista, Nebraska.
Thank you.
It
How
is. It's the best way to support a brewery. Go to their tap room. Drink it there.
Yeah.
It's the
and
best
see
way to
some
support
guy
them.
with a mustache
Well-
sitting at that round table every fucking day not
That's
working.
true.
right there?
That table right there.
It never works.
You walk in
So
here
should I
any day.
stop by like after Hurrdat Sports and just
every day.
Get
You
in here.
literally can do that. And
Literally.
I literally live so close.
Any
Yes.
day
I
you
could do
walk
that.
in here, you'll see me at that table.
Yes.
I'm here 7 days a week.
And his mom, and of course the OG, the GOAT, Paul. He's always there.
Don't inflate his ego.
Listen,
The greatest human ever live.
I love you, Paul.
Love you, Paul.
Hey, you know what? He pays the bills, guys.
does.
He keeps the lights on here.
Yeah. Come on, dude.
Hey, we love Paul.
Okay.
We love Paul. I don't know who Paul is, but we love him.
That's his dad.
Oh my God. Okay, I was so confused.
Yeah.
We have not seen him do Nike slides yet, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Paul, because I know he listens to every episode, I would really appreciate that I never see that. I want to be very clear.
When Nebraska wins their next natty in however many years.
2.
Oh
Two.
boy.
So in 2 years,
Who?
Wow.
Who?
in 2 years, your dad's going to be
sorry, 100.
Thank you. Thank you.
very nice.
And it would still be
That's
more
how long
recent than
Minnesota's
Minnesota's.
pressed. I was just going there. You didn't have to do it. I was just gonna go there.
1920 something.
Okay.
All the natties on the wall.
Go Gophs.
TCF Field or whatever, right?
It's not TCF. What is it?
TCF Stadium.
Is it-
isn't
is that-
yeah.
Like bank.
And then it's
I
something
thought
field.
they changed it. God, I thought
Well, that's
it's
what
Huntington Bank. That's what it is. It's Huntington Bank Stadium. They changed it from
They
TCF.
changed it again? Okay, yeah. It's sponsors.
Huntington Bank Stadium.
Okay, Huntington Bank Stadium.
Huntington. I've had a couple of beers. I'm like,
Wait, what did you say, Mike?
Huntington Bank.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused. I haven't. Look,
Joe, Michael
How
Delaware,
did you
Biden.
get a recording of me? Please stop. On Saturday at
After the
Cowboy
Twins game.
Jacks, how did you get a recording of me?
She's focused.
I'm focused.
Oh, how would you say your mental focus? I wouldn't say I do have the focus. What?
Thursday football game, college football opens in Minneapolis at Huntington Bank. Is that what you said?
Huntington
Yes.
Bank Stadium.
Huntington Bank
I should
Stadium.
really do a fact check, but I'm just gonna go
Mike is such a
balls
mush
to the wall
mouth.
on it.
Honestly, I was just like a mouthful. Huntington Bank.
Huntington Bank.
Let me
Huntington Bank.
now. Okay, now you got me.
What a mess.
This is every time I ever say anything. I'm like, is that right? Did I just
if
F
you
that
say
up?
something with enough confidence, it has to be real.
I
right?
just looked it up. They are calling it Memorial Stadium North.
What?
Oh, they're not.
Oh, it's a Nebraska thing. You have to realize I am the most gullible person in the world.
I
You tell
love
me
that.
something, I'm so.
You're like, what?
I like to say it because I'm so trustworthy. That is literally
She's
me. I'm
gonna be
like,
on the
I'm
sideline.
like, wait, what?
We're live at Memorial Stadium North in Minnesota.
You're gonna gain a lot of
I was
Husker
gonna
followers.
say, you want to get on the good graces of Husker fans.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be on the side, like not even the sidelines. I'm gonna be in the stands from the pregame, going, "We're at Memorial's." I don't even know what it's called. Memorial Stadium North.
There it is. Yeah.
There it is.
If you're gonna live here,
I've
you
been
have to know. You have
I
to
know. I've been to one spring game. Everybody always like, okay, that's the thing about moving to Nebraska is that immediately they're like, so you're a fan now. Why would no?
Yes, you
Why
are.
would
Yeah,
I?
you are.
No,
Yes,
no,
you
no,
are.
no.
I guarantee you, when you go to a real game, not a practice, and you come to our tailgate, not a fake tailgate.
Is it
You'll love
sponsored by Nebraska Brewing Company beer?
No,
is.
it could
Damn.
be if they give us the beer, which they usually do.
It always is.
Look at
Most
him.
of
Look
the
at him.
time.
He's like,
It depends. It depends if Connor shows up. He does sometimes.
So when you signed, are you leasing?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. When you signed your lease, you actually signed that you're a Husker fan.
Right
That is in
on.
every
Okay.
lease
Oh,
in the
is
state
it?
of
Is it,
Nebraska.
guys?
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
invisible ink.
That's
You
how
have to
you're
use
here.
corn to
Yes.
display the ink.
I really did wonder about that,
Yeah.
but I was like, can I boil this and eat this after? Does that make me I think that's the ritual though when you sign an apartment for like in Nebraska. You sign it, you take it home, you boil it, you do whatever, you eat it, and then you're a Nebraska
That's
resident.
Runza.
Oh my God. Runzas are so listen. I've got
She did it. She said so.
Runza, sponsor me.
Every time.
No, honestly though, when David, my coworker, first like described a Runza to me, I was like, that tastes like that sounds like the most like disgusting thing. Cabbage inside of bread. I just can't deal with
Hot
it.
pocket.
Yes, literally. But then, of course, because I am from Minnesota, they're like, no, you have to do that for a TikTok. And I was like, I don't want to. They're like, you have to. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Fine. So at the spring game and I try it for the first time, I'm not even lying. It is so good.
Wait, so you had it at the spring game?
Oh,
I
that's
did
the
the
best
spring
ones you
game.
can
Wait,
get.
hold on. But have you had Runza Ranch yet?
Runza Ranch is the best.
No, I
ranch.
haven't had Runza Ranch yet. I just had Runzas.
Oh.
It is like seeing God for the first time.
Runza Ranch?
Yeah. Runza Ranch,
I'm a ranch connoisseur because I'm from Minnesota.
No, it's better than anything you'll get in Minnesota.
Whoa.
I'm telling you.
Whoa.
I would
The
bet my life on
viscosity
it.
is just so runny. The
It's
runny
good.
ranch.
I would bet my life on it.
It's so good. If that You Betcha guy would come and try the Runza
Oh
Ranch.
my God, I love him.
I love him
Wait,
too.
have you had Runza fries?
No.
Oh
my
God.
I've had the actual Runza though, also the Runza with cheese, which is also fantastic.
Yeah, and the mushroom Swiss. If you like mushrooms, good.
No.
Very good. Well,
Don't like
yeah,
mushrooms.
I'm picky.
Get a cheese
Eh.
Runza with some ranch, some fries.
And just
Good.
It will
dip,
change your life.
Change my life.
everything in the ranch.
Yes,
the Runza,
everything.
the
Why don't
fries.
they put the
everything.
fries in the Runza though? And then you
Now you're just talking crazy.
Listen, no, that would be so good if you dipped the
What?
fry, like if you put the fries in the Runza and then you dip the Runza in the Runza Ranch. I'm just telling you, that would be awesome.
Here's the thing
If
about
Runza would plug this freaking podcast, I'm telling you,
we
we
would
could
get
eat
so
Runza
much
every
Runza.
Monday and do the best.
We'd be so
reels.
Oh, it would be so
We
good.
eat pizza
Wait.
every Monday. What do you? What's the
It
difference?
would be so great.
You're not wrong.
Secondary question.
Okay.
When did you come to Nebraska? Like what month?
April.
April. She doesn't know Temperature Tuesday yet.
Oh, you can get a Runza sandwich at the price of the temperature at
Outside.
6 a.m.
6 a.m. 6 a.m.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if it's like 50 degrees, you get it 50 cents.
Yeah.
You
And
can buy the
No
fries and
way.
the drink, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
And if it's negative,
if it's negative, it's free. They give you a free Runza and you just pay for the fry and the drink.
yeah. Temperature Tuesday, godsend.
So
And a Runza hack really quick. Don't order your ranch at the drive-thru thing.
yeah.
Get it at the window.
At the
'cause it's
window.
free.
Window?
Yes, and they just give it to you for free. Otherwise,
Yeah.
they'll charge you.
Sometimes-
oh my God, that's so smart.
sometimes they'll even ask,
How
how
many?
many would you like?
Give me 6 of
Give
them
me-
bitches. Let's go.
I don't get.
I'm gonna
I don't
drink it.
listen.
The correct answer is how many you got in that cooler?
How many you got?
If you want to be polite, just, how many can you fit in that bag?
Give me all your Runza Ranches.
It's at least two.
It's a heist.
Ma'am, that is a water gun.
About to be filled with ranch.
Okay, now
It's filled with lake water from Minnesota. You're welcome.
Hey,
No, 'cause it's probably from Wisconsin because they have way more lakes. Like way more.
telling
You know
you,
how many
man.
more? Do you want to know how many more?
how many?
They
I was gonna
actually
ask
do. This is actually a thing.
No, like so. Wisconsin has 15,074 lakes.
A lot of lakes.
Minnesota only has 11,842.
I think
When we went to-
11.
when we
What are
went-
they counting as? I've
I
actually
bet they
done
count
the
small
research on.
ponds.
That's the thing
I
is
bet they do.
I've done the research on this because obviously me Minnesota and I have Minnesota.
What was that?
That's my
That's called an
I
accent.
get a couple of beers in me and I'm like, oh, don't you know? Down in Minnesota, up
Small
in Minnesota,
ponds?
we get our lutefisk.
Oh, boy.
And we go fishing.
We hang out
in
with the Canadians, eh?
Minnesota.
In the Midwest.
In the northern
Yep.
Midwest.
Yeah, so that happens when I'm drinking, of course.
So-
Only down here though, because I like to show how Minnesotan I am to Nebraska people.
That's so weird because I get a couple like cigs in me when I'm drinking, and it's like all of a sudden I start talking. Oh, as I was driving my Volkswagen down the Autobahn. Wow,
I don't want to see.
just like that. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
He keeps a change of
This is
clothes in his
weird.
truck. It's all very form fitting.
This is where you go, "Ee," and you just cut the pot.
Cut the pod.
It's like the end of The Sopranos. Just cut to black. Let's kill it.
Yes.
Burn it.
Burn it down.
We're done.
Burn it
You're
down to
Tony
the ground.
Soprano.
Me after the Twins got swept by the Orioles. Burn it to the ground.
Hey, the Orioles are good this year.
Yeah, I
But
know
but
they
I'm
are.
you know what? I'm sure Minnesota is counting some of their small ponds as lakes
Oh,
too.
yeah.
So I'm
I
sure it
think it's a
evens
thing.
out.
I
It
think
evens
it's a
Nebraska
thing.
has like 6. So
But it does have the
Oh.
greatest river in the world, the Platte.
Right.
If you want to die on that hill, go for it, pal.
I will.
You will die on that hill.
Yes.
no, actually, your favorite lake now is Missouri because that's where it divides you and me.
That's a river.
Aw.
Yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing for some reason when I moved down to Nebraska. I'm like, somebody's got to have a big boat with a lake. I'll be fine in the summer. I'll do it. It's fine.
Wrong.
Nothing.
Wait, have
We
you
need
There's
more
no
friends.
lakes.
have you been to Zerinski or Big Mac?
No, I don't know what those are. What?
McConaughey and Zerinski?
Zerinski.
She's speaking Japanese.
Why are you comparing
He's
Zerinski
speaking
and like
Japanese.
McConaughey?
She said
You
like,
can't boat on Zerinski.
You could.
No, you cannot.
So it's like
You
a
could
glorified
try.
pond.
You could go to Lake Manawa, or you could go to
Manawa.
Go to
is
Big
it?
Mac.
Lake McConaughey, 6 hours away.
6 hours?
You could drive to Minnesota by then.
Yeah, that's my.
Yeah,
well,
but
my
you're still
house
in
is
Nebraska.
4 hours away.
true.
Why would I not do my
Or,
I have two
hey,
boats down there on a lake? Why would I not drive 4 hours?
boats? You have two boats on a lake there.
2 boats on a lake.
What about Wanahoo? Wanahoo's nice.
You could go to Branched Oak.
Wanahoo's
That's a-
nice.
that's a
It's
nice
like 40
lake.
minutes away.
And it's like,
Okay.
yeah.
Do
This
we
is
want
a-
to preview
Okay,
Nebraska,
let's
Minnesota?
talk Nebraska, Minnesota.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. This is the
I've been
this is
trying
the
to- I've
segue.
been
This is
trying.
the segue we go.
Okay, you're gonna lead us in?
We are
or what?
All right.
devolving.
So obviously, I am talking about how great the Minnesotan lakes are and how you guys have no lakes here.
No,
I feel like that's the same thing with football. We're just better in Minnesota than it is down in Nebraska. Is that going to be the same thing when you guys come and visit us up in the Golden Gopher State?
Mute her.
Well, I mean, I don't. Right. Cut her off.
Get out of here.
I don't think we're gonna make predictions on this episode.
Oh, come
Because that's
on.
we gotta fill other
That's
episode
true.
times and stuff.
Yeah, we will live at the bar
Oh, yeah.
in Minnesota.
We also
Lions
Plug
Club.
it.
Lions Pub, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Be there.
Be there.
Yeah.
We'll be
I
live on
might-
the StreamYard.
I probably will, actually, though. I'm going to be honest. I'll
Hell
probably
yeah.
be
It'll be
there.
pretty fun.
So, I mean, the question I did want to ask you was, coming from Minnesota, going to Nebraska, like, Nebraska football's big here.
Yep.
It's a religion.
It's huge.
Tom Osborne is Lord.
Huge.
No gambling, no drinking, all that stuff. What was your perception of Nebraska football? Just like
my God.
growing up in Minnesota, like how aware of Nebraska football were you? Like, what was the reputation? Like, what?
When I moved down here, Nebraska football to me, and again, I'm not huge into college football. I wish I was. College hockey is my very big thing. That's my big following besides doing NHL. So I really didn't realize how big it was. I didn't get Nebraska football at all. Even like the legacy, like a couple people would be like, oh, we're going down to Nebraska to go tailgating and like go to the game. And I was like, cool. Like, why would you go down there to do that? I was like, I don't want to just go 2 hours up in Minnesota, Right. But when I went to the spring game, and it's just the spring game, I still have to go to a regular season game. I honestly looked at my coworkers and I was like, this is going to be nuts.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is already crazy. This is a spring game. It's a glorified scrimmage, and you guys are packing the house.
And it's cold. It was cold
and
that
it was,
day.
Yeah,
it was
sucked.
not nice. It was not nice. And the fact that you had that many people, and then the Herbie Husky thing, him coming out on a motorcycle. I was like, let's fucking go.
Well, yeah, I mean,
boys.
we didn't expect that.
That was awesome.
kind of weird.
That was awesome. I'm not gonna lie. But it is just really cool to see you guys. Like, and obviously you don't have any professional sports here. I wish that would change. I wish you guys would get hockey or something, but it is really cool to see Nebraska football. I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. I'm telling you, it was an awesome experience.
Well, just
Wait
imagine
till you go to a real game.
I'm telling
here's
you.
the
I'm
thing,
saying.
Here's the thing about that, though. If they can, God forbid, win these first 2 games on the road and they come in 3-0, Matt Rule's first game at Memorial Stadium.
I think.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. The story writes itself.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be like,
You want to talk
"Oh,
about omens? That would be quite the omen. We talked about the omen of
Akron.
the first game under former head coach Scott got canceled, which is the Akron game. It got canceled due to a thunderstorm.
Okay.
And Jared said, do you think that was maybe just like an omen that it wasn't going to work?
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
If we somehow can go up north out of the Midwest and beat the Gophers.
No, you won't.
And then go to Boulder, Colorado and beat Coach Prime.
I'm not worried about Dion.
You're just more worried about new face
It's-
PJ Fluke?
Fluke.
PJ
PJ
Fleck.
Fleck.
Yes.
Luke Fleck.
I don't think
I am
anyone
definitely-
that knows anything about like college football is saying they're more worried about Colorado
I
than
would agree.
Minnesota.
I am going to tell you there's no way you're coming to our house
Clip it.
on the opener and you're going to beat us. There's no way.
Right.
And if, should we page, tweet? I'm a betting girl. Do we do a wager right now?
Face tats.
Let's do it.
Go for it.
Face tats.
do it.
Face tat
I don't know
Face
about
tat.
that.
right here.
Yeah.
Nebraska.
You get a corn cob
No
on your
regrets.
on your face, like right here where the tears usually are.
Yeah. No, what? So this is what we'll bet.
Okay.
If Minnesota wins, we will give you a 6-pack of a Nebraska type beer.
Oh, I love
And
that.
if the Gophers win, you bring us a 6-pack of some sort of Minnesota or
Each.
Spotted Cow.
Okay, I like that. Wait.
I think it's backwards.
I have this internal hatred of that beer.
You hate Spotted Cow?
Yeah, I
'Cause
make
You
They make it
un-American.
I make one right there. It's called cold beer. It was originally called Cow Tipper until I received a cease and desist.
Right on.
Because it's literally better than cow.
Yeah, we made that
Spotted
beer
Cow.
specifically because we saw the style, and I'm not saying that Spotted Cow is bad. New Glarus makes a lot of very fantastic
Good.
beer.
Yes.
But it's
They do.
overrated.
However, Spotted Cow is very overrated. So we made that beer specifically to prove we could do this better.
We could do this
And
on
we
Ursula.
did.
Oh, I want you to drink a cold beer and see what.
You're gonna have to try it.
Yeah, you have to try it.
What, the cold beer?
Yeah.
It's right there.
That is literally.
the one with the
I
big
wish I
eagle
would
called-
have brought. I was gonna buy a case in Wisconsin, and for some reason I didn't because obviously, like Spotted Cow. I'm so pissed now because if I would have had that, I would have had it in my car. We could have done like a taste test. Oh,
Yep.
A
Missed
blind
opportunities.
taste test. Oh, man, we missed out.
So that's the
Come
bet
on.
then.
That's the bet.
that's the
wager.
bet. That's the wager.
All right.
We'll
Clip
get
it.
you. We'll get you a 6-pack. Well, actually, you get 4.
You have to get each
Yeah.
of us a 6-pack.
Yeah.
We only get one 6-pack for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get you a 2-pack because we're all taking. a
Because
can.
quite
Right on.
frankly, if Nebraska beats Minnesota, that's pathetic for Minnesota.
Oh,
I would agree.
absolutely. With-
First-year head
absolutely.
coach, established
listen.
program,
Stop.
Listen,
new face.
You come in here, You come in here
Come
and
into
you
my
say,
house.
you say,
You come into my
come into my
house
house.
on
Minnesota's
my
better.
daughter's wedding.
I like that, Godfather. I like that.
Thank you.
But
She's
yeah,
got a gun under the table right now.
but you're saying that like compared to Minnesota right now, Nebraska isn't as good. You're not going to find one person at this table, I don't think. I hope not.
chance.
That says no, Nebraska's better than Minnesota. You're not going to find
No.
one person at this table that thinks.
but their 10-year starting quarterback's gone. So
That Tanner Morgan is gone.
But
Yeah.
Kaliak Manis, the one who led the charge last year,
yeah,
in
who
Lincoln,
actually had to beat us in Lincoln.
Yeah, I think
So-
And then running back.
Ibrahim's
Awesome running
gone.
back. Thank you.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim, 35 different ways.
Ham. He's gone though. And
Yeah.
the thing about it though, even last year was what I loved about him was almost I compare him to a Dalvin Cook, a younger Dalvin Cook, because he
Injury prone.
couldn't. Well,
Yeah.
no, and not even that. He
Okay.
couldn't be tackled. There was a lot of moments where he would fight off the tackles. He would get out, and then once he was gone, he was gone.
Yeah.
And now Minnesota has nor Dalvin Cook nor him.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're just effed.
We're just
No, you're not F though. You're not F.
No, we're not.
No,
we're
you're
not.
playing.
Honestly,
The biggest question mark at Nebraska this year is going to be that defensive line.
Mhm.
I'm just telling you.
See, I don't think that's my biggest question mark. We talked about this, or Kyle and I talked about this with Josh Banderas earlier today, that over the last several years, talent has not really been the issue at Nebraska. Depth has, for sure. Depth has been an issue. I think my biggest question mark on this season is it's an unknown. We don't know. We know we have potential. But what is Matt Rule going to get this team to achieve? And we know that he develops players very well. We know that he develops culture very well. But until we see it, and of course, the first time that we get to see it is against a very difficult opponent in Minnesota. It is. But it is an unknown. So Minnesota is going to be such a fun. It's going to be so fun.
it's going to be so fun.
Do you know what else we talked about today?
Normally, I prefer backdoor.
We did not talk about that.
We did not talk about that. I didn't even say normally.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyways.
You bring up this point. I know you want to defend yourself against the backdoor.
No, that's
but
fine.
listen,
I'm giving it up.
You just got to accept it.
Yeah.
But the thing about this is you're saying Nebraska's got a lot of unknowns. Absolutely. But you're going up to a place that has Fleck. He's been there for quite a few years. You know what you're getting because they have an identity.
Yep.
Even if you cycle through running backs and quarterbacks, doesn't matter.
And I really
you know what you're getting.
I really think they perfected that identity last year.
Yes.
I really think last year was kind of like, okay, that is 100% what they are, what they're going to do. And it was kind of like that's how it was all year last year. And I really didn't notice that prior to last year. But yeah, watching them last year was kind of like, oh, okay, like that's exactly what they're going to do from here on out because they were successful with it.
It's like looking at, again, something we talked about today, looking at Wisconsin and wondering, is Fickle and Mongo going to change that up? And I doubt it. But Wisconsin has run on that same identity for so long that what they're going to do. The question is, can you stop it?
It's a Barry Alvarez effect at Wisconsin. And I think Minnesota has a brand. They have a culture. It's going to be just I don't know. I just don't think they don't recruit at the level of some of the other schools in the Big Ten.
Nope.
Yep.
So it's going to this is going to be the flash in the pan thing. Like PJ Fleck has been there. What is this, year 5 now or something for him?
Like that.
Right? So he's been there since 18.
18?
They fired their coach in 17. I think they hired Fleck in 18.
It's been a little while, but the thing also, not to cut you off, if you want to finish your sentence.
No, it's okay.
I'm like, this is my podcast now. Listen,
Yeah, it should be.
I'm in it now.
Go and
Listen.
get it, Mike.
But I think the biggest thing about Minnesota and about PJ is three of the people that I kind of like am thinking about on the spot is who have the same kind of personalities for coaching: PJ Fleck, Matt Rule, Kevin O'Connell. I think those three are very much the same in how they approach the situation, how everything is. Because let's start with Kevin O'Connell. Obviously, when he came into a broken house with Zimmer. Zimmer was not about the personality, about making relationships. He was about effing winning, like Billy G, which I get, but whatever. And then Kevin takes over and he's like, we're doing trust exercises. We're doing this. We're doing that. We're building relationships. I think Matt Rule and PJ Fleck are the same thing. PJ's very emotional, builds the relationships, gets going. But I think I see that in Matt Rule too. I think he's like, we're not getting W's in the win column until we build as a team. I've met him before. I just feel that effect with him. I feel how awesome he is, how much he loves, how much of a good person he is. And I think he's going to do wonders for this Nebraska team. I just think also it's going to take a couple of years.
Yeah.
Very fair point.
Yeah, no, it's not a wrong point. I think the similarities between Matt Rule and PJ Fleck
There you go. Thank you.
They both have a brand.
Yes.
And I think PJ is much louder on his brand. He brought the row the boat thing from Western Michigan. He runs up the stupid sideline thing. That's so freaking dumb. That's so dumb.
Listen, if Matt Rule's going to go 9-4, I'll take a Matt Rule doing the worm on the sideline.
Honestly,
naked. I don't care.
It goes like
I'm
this.
down with him doing the worm regardless. That sounds cool.
Oh,
So yeah, they have very similar tendencies when it comes to a brand, maybe a culture. We'll see. That's what Nebraska's been lacking, though. If you want to go look back at the previous coaching staff, they've lacked identity, they've lacked culture, and that's what Matt Rhule is trying to build. It's not a talent issue. We've talked about that. So if you're going to look at talent, compare Minnesota and Nebraska. Go look at the recruiting classes. Go look at the talent in the room. Nebraska's going to have more talent than Minnesota. They just are.
On paper,
now,
Yep, absolutely.
On paper, we're more talented than a lot of the teams, but we're still getting our ass kicked by the Big Ten West, including PJ Fleck. So it's all going to come down to is development and scheme, I guess. We'll find out.
You bring up a very good point about Nebraska really lacking an identity under the previous administration. And I would say they lacked one under the previous administration, aside from that calls for 10 hip hip hoorays.
Yeah.
The last time that we saw Nebraska have a culture was under Bo Pelini. And what happened under Bo?
We won a lot of games.
9 wins a year.
Yep.
Minimum.
Indeed.
Like, I think that's an incredibly good point that if Matt Rhule can bring that culture, again, we talked about, we don't have a lack of talent.
It's never been a talent issue.
It's getting those guys to buy in to what we're trying to do here.
It's personality. It's when you're a college, coming from somebody who, again, Division III washed up athlete, but when I did that, you have to connect with the coach, right? And if you're a coach, you have to get the players to buy in. And if they're not going to buy in, they're not going to go for your program. I loved Bethany, but at the same time, I didn't really want to run with Bethany, but I thought, okay, let's just keep going. Okay, whatever. Because the coach and I didn't work out so well. I just didn't feel that he was all about winning. He was all about numbers and getting this and that. And I was there to promote this, have some fun, but still do my best. Matt Rhule versus he who should not be named like Voldemort. It's just a different coaching style. Sorry, that was a nerd joke. I'm a very big nerd.
Yes,
but
okay.
It's a very big different coaching style. But I think what Matt Rhule was going to do great is he's going to get the kids to buy in. He's going to get the college students to buy in and the athletes. And you're going to see something of them wanting to play for Nebraska, wanting to wear the big end, wanting to throw the bones. They're going to want to do that.
That's pretty
Let's
good.
go.
She's going to have a Nebraska
Have you been
ass
practicing?
in probably the next 3
In
months.
the mirror, religiously, habitually. I was like, okay, wait for the moment. Okay, go.
So when you're making clips,
Yeah.
like just GIF that.
GIF her
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
the ball.
There's going to be plenty of clips. I'm going to be holding one in my back pocket specifically, just talking about they're not going to come in my house and they're not going to,
Yeah, tag me, and then everybody's gonna be like on Minnesota Twitter, you traitor, and I'm gonna go, well,
You got
Well,
to
We're just going to see Marissa Voss has blocked you.
Well, yeehaw! Nebraska. Dang old
To settle the Midwestern thing. So we kind of did this in Michigan.
We're gonna settle it.
No, we're gonna settle it
We're gonna
just
settle
because I
it.
want her to agree. I want her to agree with it. Okay. So we went to Michigan
Okay.
and we were like, "Hey, is Michigan the Midwest?" And they're like, "Absolutely, yes, of course." Right? Oh, now you're making that face too, right?
I don't know
And I
if
said,
Michigan's
what?
the Midwest.
Why? Why?
Okay, the Midwest is the middle of America.
Right.
And I get why people say that Minnesota isn't because it's so far up there, but at the same time,
It's Canada.
Wait, so
it is
literally,
not.
you're saying
Do you have a
Canada.
passport to live in Minnesota?
Hold on.
No, it is
I just
not
wanted to know.
Canada.
Counterpoint. So you're saying because Minnesota is,
Okay, so it's right here.
It's in the middle.
Yeah.
Would you say Texas is the Midwest?
Oh God, no.
But it's in the middle.
It's in
at
the middle.
the end of the middle, right? Same thing. So I want to settle the debate, though. I would say that Minnesota, I've been in Minnesota multiple times.
Okay.
I would say that they are not part of the Midwest.
Oh my God, that's stupid.
But they have Midwest values.
Oh my God, that's like being like, oh, you're a citrus, but you're not an orange. That doesn't make any sense, dude.
So here's my thing.
I spilled that with the Michigan people after many beers, and they said it was great.
No.
That backfired.
Here is my thing. I brought up the Texas thing only because she said it. Minnesota's in the middle of the country, which it is.
So is Texas.
So is Texas. However, horns down.
Oh, God.
Horns
Thank
fucking
you.
down.
Jesus, yeah.
I have an ex that lives in Texas.
All my exes live in Texas.
Yeah.
But I have to side with Marissa. Minnesota's the Midwest.
It is not the Midwest.
Minnesota's the Midwest.
Boom.
And
it is.
Just to throw this in there because I know it's going to set Mike off.
Oh boy.
So is Michigan.
Oh no.
What'd you say?
Oh, Michigan is.
How? They're in literally the Eastern time zone.
Okay.
They're literally in the Eastern time zone.
Not the
How can you be
Central?
in not the Central?
Central.
They're in the Eastern time zone. I almost blew a gasket on somebody.
Time is fake.
It's not fake.
You're listening to the government tell you how to set your clocks. You're a sheep.
You're a sheep.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a social media tip right now. You're gonna clip that, right? And you're gonna go, give me 2 clips that give off the same energy. And you're gonna go, the first one is, she was floating down in a bubble. She's the Wicked Witch. Give me a break. And you're gonna do that conversation right there. Because that was, you're like, it's the Eastern time zone. Grow up, Connor.
They're not even in the Central time zone. Neither is Minnesota. Is Minnesota?
Voss.
What do you mean it's Minnesota?
I was just checking.
I'm sorry to yell into the mic. What do you mean?
I'm really sorry.
Well, hey, you know, with the tip there on the video, we appreciate it.
Of course.
But we're getting to the end here. We're at about 50 minutes.
Oh, man.
On the second
What?
half.
I have that effect on people.
Yeah.
I just love to talk.
50 minutes on the second half?
Yeah.
Oh, jeezy
Woo.
beats.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at the point. Let's let you plug yourself.
Okay.
You obviously had this cool journey getting to Hurrdat Sports.
Yes.
Tell the listeners where they can find you, what you're doing, if you have your own podcast, where they can find you, all that stuff. Plug yourself.
You really
Plug
should
yourself.
say where they can find your content, not where
Where
they can find you.
Where do they find
I
the
live
social
at-
media strategists?
And then it's just
Gossip?
Beep. So basically, I do a lot of stuff on TikTok. It is Marissa Voss, Marissa Voss, same as Twitter. Instagram is VOSS11. Instagram's just going to be photos of my life. So if you want to follow that, fine,
Threads?
whatever. Threads.
Are you on
I
Threads?
started a thread. It's the same as Twitter and TikTok, and I'm obsessed with it. But all I do is post memes. So get ready for just some unhinged content there. I literally love it.
Following you tonight.
Follow me tonight. It's actually very funny. I jumped in on the first day and I was like, what's up?
I'm here.
I'm here. Let's go.
Hello world.
Oh,
That's what
it
I
was
wanted
awesome.
to do. I haven't
Hello
tweeted yet.
world.
That wants to be my first thread.
Oh, do it.
My first thread was new platform Who Dis. It performed surprisingly well.
Did it actually? That's fantastic. I
It
think
really did.
I don't even know what my first thread is. I'm like trying to look at it right now because I like need to prove to you guys that I'm funny, even though I am very funny. I'm like,
I'm follow-worthy.
Wait, no, I'm
Yet to be
so
seen.
funny. And my first one was, does anybody know what the F this is?
Where am I?
I was literally like, first day out here, I don't know what the fuck's going on. But also on Threads, obviously follow the stuff on Hurrdat Sports. But it's been a long journey. Like I went to school my first year at MSU. I thought I wanted to write for the newspaper my entire life. So happy I didn't do that.
Newspaper, a thriving industry.
literally.
What is a newspaper?
I don't really know. I think it's something people read in the morning that
Like
is
words?
Twitter, but on like paper. I think it's Twitter on paper.
What's paper?
I saw that in a museum.
I don't know what
once.
is paper. I think I also saw that, and it's crazy. But then I transferred to Bethany, and one of my advisors goes, "Hey, I really think you should get in front of the camera." And I was like, "I'm not going to be good in front of the camera. Please don't do that." And she's like, "No, do it." And all of a sudden, I'm the sideline reporter for MSU. I graduate, I go with the news station, and then I go do digital content managing for MSU. And all of a sudden, I'm making TikToks on my own, and that blows up out of nowhere. By the way, I made 2 videos. They went viral, and all of a sudden, everyone started following me.
George Kittle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I told you. I saw your TikTok.
You did. Everyone. Okay, I don't want to be like, oh, I have a following. But whenever anybody brings up anything about me, I get very starstruck. I'm like, wait, what? Like, I literally do that. Every time you're like, George, I'm like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, I do, because I don't think I make that big of an impact. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, that'd be great. One cool story I do want to tell is today I woke up, checked TikTok as per usual. And there was this follower who I didn't know followed me. She made like a video talking about how I was her favorite content creator.
Wow.
And like make a video of all my videos together. And I was like, dang, this might be the coolest moment I've had in like one of the coolest moments I had in my life where I'm like, okay, because for a lot in the last couple months, I'm like, what am I doing on TikTok? What's going on? I'm not really gaining any followers, but it's really cool. So follow me there. Obviously, you guys listen to No Block, No Rock. We're gonna make some TikToks after the show because I'm forcing them to make them.
Yeah,
with
buddy.
me.
I've learned all the dances.
I don't listen. Don't follow me for the dances. I physically cannot dance on TikTok. I just talk a lot of Minnesota sports, and I'll probably talk about how the Gophers are gonna beat Nebraska. But
So we'll slide into our comments.
Slide in the comment section. Boost the algorithm, please.
Troll me. Troll me.
Yeah.
Troll me.
I love it when I get trolled.
Do you?
Oh, I love it.
You seem like that type of guy.
Oh, God.
He makes great
You
TikToks
seem like it.
that just piss Iowa fans off.
Jared loves the hate.
All those ones just get so many more views. It's great.
That's how I was with the Stars fans when Minnesota and the Stars were playing. I was like, oh, so you're illiterate. Like, I would just like throw things out there and they're like, well, and then I go like, wait, Walmart, Morgan Wallen?
I love that you said.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused.
I love that you said that, oh, you're illiterate, because that is, with my friends,
yes,
one of my favorite things to say to them if they just like read something I wrote incorrectly. I was like, can you read? Are you illiterate?
Are you illiterate?
Yeah, they hate it.
One of my favorite things to say to men if they get mad at me is go, two things. First off, you really can't swim, can you? Second off, you would be the first to get killed in the Hunger Games. Sends them off. My best friends, I send them one. I'm like, oh. They're like, I would win the Hunger Games. No.
You want a really good one? A really good one? What? Is wait until someone gets upset.
Yeah.
And then just look and say, is it because of your haircut?
Jeez,
and it will send them off. It will get them going. It's incredible.
Kyle's like, am I going to hear that later tonight?
Yeah.
Is that
Damn.
This is why we're hats.
Is this why we're all wearing hats right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one reason. I'm not balding, but I'm bald.
Good for you. So is my dad.
32.
Good for you.
Is there anything else that you want to plug? I mean, TikTok,
YouTube. I don't even know what my YouTube is.
hello.
What is my YouTube? Please
I don't
wait.
know.
Somebody put on the elevator music.
Marissa Voss.
It's
How
gotta
would
be.
you say your mental focus
Wow.
is?
Do we have a Jeopardy button yet? I feel like we need
You
one.
need
we-
to get
we
a
need to get
Jeopardy
one.
button.
Yeah.
Listen, Linda.
Well, I don't think we ever.
Oh, it's Marissa Voss Vlogs.
Oh,
Do you,
Marissa
do you put
Voss
vlogs on there?
What?
Do you use YouTube?
Yeah, I do actually. I haven't posted in a little bit, but I have a Savannah Bananas blog and a NFL draft blog.
We blew it. We were going to ask you
blew
about
it.
the Savannah Bananas.
I
but
saw in something I read about you that you got to cover a Savannah
Yeah, I went to a
Bananas game.
Savannah Bananas game.
Was it incredible?
Oh my God.
Okay. That's
People don't realize, I'm sorry to go on a tangent. People don't realize how awesome the Savannah Bananas is. And it's not because of the play and it's not because of this and that, like the athletic ability. It's because they love their fans. They'll do anything for their fans. It's exciting. It makes baseball fun. I got to interview Jack Olson, Noah Bridges, and David Meadows, who are all my Instagram and TikTok crushes. So I was like, I looked at them and I was like, so how are you hot?
Oh, wow.
Like, it's just straight up like, you're hot. You're hot.
Oh, I'm focused.
Oh, I'm focused.
How would you
I'm
say your
focused
mental
on you.
focus is?
Oh my God.
That was me. I was like pulling. How would you say your mental focus is? Well, you hot. So yes, the Savannah Bananas were awesome. They're going to Des Moines
Ooh.
in August. I think they're going to Des Moines in August. That might be a good. Hey,
Are you
Hurrdat's gonna send you.
Are you going to stay in Iowa for the first time?
I might have to
For a banana?
for a banana. Yes.
She's allergic though.
I'm allergic.
It doesn't matter.
I love bananas, but I'm allergic to bananas. I love the Savannah Bananas. Allergic to the bananas. It is what it is.
It is what it
I'll
is.
make the
A lot more
sacrifices for you
Savannah.
guys.
I need a lot more Savannah, not enough banana.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
On the next episode of No Block, No Ride.
Off the rail ones are always fun.
Yeah.
Bananas? Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. At nbnrpodcast.com. Wait.
Restart it.
Wait.
How would you say your mental focus is?
Oh, it's focused.
Oh, it's focused.
Oh, I'll tell you what. nbnrpodcast.com. We have merch there, apparently.
Yes, we do. Fresh
Evans,
merch.
Evans Custom Apparel, Omaha-based company. Go and look at our designs. We have some cool designs that you could. We got a polo there. Nowhere else.
Hats.
Hey, you should be thankful
Hat.
that Kyle and I
Okay.
changed out of our polos.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, I'm not gonna lie. Kyle's hat. I'm gonna video it right now.
They're
Fucking
dope, right?
sweet.
I was looking at it the entire time, and I was like, "Can I? I want."
Hey, you know what? You
It's
can
fucking
support the
dope.
podcast and tell Chris
Yeah.
Gorman to buy you one.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yes, he'll do it
He
because he
better.
loves me. I love him. He loves me.
Chris is a good dude.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look at Chris and be like, "Hey,
Buy all the Hurrdat
First off,
crew.
buy me a Lonnie Juicy Peach because he hates it and I love it. And then buy me the freaking white hat from No Block No Rock.
Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Like it. I like it a lot.
Greased up.
I
and
like
then
it.
slide
Bang, bang, bang.
down the floor.
Yep.
Slide down the floor. Love you, Dad.
I love that callback.
You like that?
Love you.
Twitter at NBNR Podcast, Instagram at NBNR Podcast, YouTube at NBNR Podcast. What, Mike?
TikTok.
What else? Threads.
Oh, and you forgot TikTok too.
And TikTok.
TikTok. I'm looking at you.
Where they also go live on when they talk, and it's amazing. By the way,
He's
I've been
live right
looking
now.
at it.
Yeah,
I
we're
know
live
that's what I'm
right now.
saying. Do you guys go live every single episode?
Yep.
Try
Because
to.
that's amazing.
We get like questions and comments and stuff.
Good.
You get a lot more bonus content if you watch us on TikTok too.
It's
Yeah,
true.
there's a lot of in between breaks.
And then even after, as
Yeah.
we're tearing down,
Slips and slides.
we are just talking
Slips
shit to
and
each
slides.
other. Yeah.
Flips and slides.
Am I leaving anything out?
No, you're
No.
good.
All right.
No?
I'm one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
Mike Delaware.
Kyle Byers.
Connor Kavalak.
Marissa Voss.
As always, beat Minnesota
I hate you so much.
and GBR.